welcome back to Substandard Roleplaying. My name is Lawrence, and this is Casey.
I'm Casey from the Questing GM.
And Dave.
It's Dave from twitch.tv, a Taurus.
No one to plug you this time.
Wow, that's so quiet after that. It's crazy.
And today we're playing Fallout 2D20. You might have noticed that we're actually missing one player, William. He'll be joining us next time, basically. He's currently in South Africa, and apparently they don't have good internet there. So, how you guys been?
Good,
Not
good.
bad.
Ready for Fallout.
Yeah, cool. Excellent.
Post-apocalypse.
So, usually how this goes is basically, well, I would like you guys to tell me a little bit about the characters that you created, actually. So, let's start with you, Casey. Tell me about your character.
All right. So I'm playing a survivor origin. I don't think there's an actual class, is there?
You're a survivor, a wastelander, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you a wastelander. And my name goes by Maverick.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm basically just like a multi-generational survivor, nuclear survivor since the Great War, and our family, my forefathers has been scraping by trading between settlements on the open wasteland. So that's what I basically am in the party.
Cool. And Dave, a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm playing a Mr. Gutsy robot. From
What's
what
his
I
name?
can recall, his name is Digital Intellect Cybernetic Kit, but you can just call me Dick for short. Mr. Dick. You're welcome.
Yeah.
All right. There you go, Lawrence.
And that's all you need, basically.
That's all you need to know.
That's the only introduction you need, basically.
Yeah.
His name is Dick, and he is the Dick.
As far as my memory recalls, I remember someone powering me up and not being thrilled with my abrasive personality, and heard something about them meaning to order a cleaning bot, but accidentally ordered mine. So basically, I'm going to be the more or less the tank if you were going to pigeonhole me. I'm kind of a combat machine, and recently I've kind of fired back up after being salvaged by the party.
So Maverick basically managed to find you, fix you up.
Sure.
Yeah. Exactly. Cool. Excellent.
I'm still thinking about if that's the best investment he ever made.
It's debatable.
That'll change.
All right, let's get started. I'm going to actually read this part to get you in the mood. War.
Let me just hold on.
Thanks, man.
If you want to get me in the mood, let me just turn down the lights here. All right, go ahead.
War. War never changes. The United States of America is no more. It was destroyed when the world's nuclear warheads were launched. The ensuing apocalypse brought an end to both the Great War and the civilized world. In its place exists the wasteland, an irradiated landscape pockmarked with ruined cities, decaying civilizations, and pockets of desperate survivors. It is inhabited by a variety of mutated creatures, horrific beasts, and undying ghouls. The radiation from the detonation spread quickly. Everything that wasn't killed immediately was irradiated, and most of the country's diverse plant and animal life was wiped out. Moving on. You have been tasked by the mayor of Thompson to bring supplies to the town of Chester, 2 days' travel to the south. With you, you carry 2 fusion core batteries that are desperately needed to fuel Chester's generator. Thompson tells you to hand over your cargo directly to Cassandra Tate, leader of Chester, who will pay the remaining 50 caps that you are owed. So, you traveled for a day, following the ruins of a road that you know stretch all the way to Chester. You rested and slept at the Red Rocket fueling station. There's a trader Jim, who set up a way station there for weary travelers on their way to Chester. You are now only half a day away from Chester when the broken road slopes down a gentle hill surrounded by dry, dead trees and bushes. A broken wooden fence accompanies you on the right, protecting what looks to be a burned and shattered farmhouse at the bottom of the hill. At this point, I would like you to actually roll perception. It'll
that was
be,
fast.
yeah, the first roll of the game. You guys are, of course, traveling together. I want you to actually roll perception and, what is it? Survival, actually. And the difficulty is 0, just to get you some, just to get you some
action
AP.
points.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Perception, survival.
So I'm assuming we rolled 2d20, given that that's right in the title of the game.
Yep. You roll 2d20.
And you have to beat your under your total perception survival.
Right.
So that's 7 for me. And obviously we roll. Oh, I get 1 under 7.
Okay.
And Mr. Dick, I'm assuming Mr. Dick gets 1 too because he rolled a 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Did, yes.
So altogether, what is your
1 success each?
So 2 AP you have generated. Excellent. I've marked that down. You guys should too, just in case I forget to mark stuff off. Okay.
That's when we missed the PowerPoint.
Did you want us to do a survival as well, you said, or no?
No. It's perception and survival. So you combine the 2 scores in your character sheet and you have to roll under.
Fine. And roll
so
under those,
as Mr. Dick, you rolled a 2, right?
Yeah.
So that's at least 1 success. And Maverick rolled a 3. Yeah. The 16s are not successes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, because I think I have 11 total. Okay.
Cool. So what this does is it generates action points that you can spend later for your benefit, actually. Okay. It's daylight out. So, I mean, this is fairly easy to see. 2 figures are crouching behind the bare bones skeleton of a car in front of that farmhouse that I just mentioned and firing inside. After a moment, you hear commotion, and a 3rd figure walks out of the house holding another figure by their hair. The figure is wearing a blue suit. The one that's being dragged, by the way, is wearing a blue suit of some kind. What do you do?
Dragging the person out from the building, or
out from the building by their hair?
One guy dragging out one guy.
Yeah.
In the blue suit. Okay.
So basically, two people were firing on the farmhouse. There was a commotion, and then you saw another figure like holding on to another person's head, probably by their hair, and dragging her out of the farmhouse.
Okay. And she's in the blue suit.
Yes, she is in the blue suit.
Okay. All right. I mean, that means 2 gunners and 1 hair puller. That's like 3 guys, 2 of us.
That's his class.
2 gunners and 1 hair puller. Excellent.
Those
Good
are
job.
their classes, man. Level 3 hair puller.
Yeah. What do you guys want to do?
Well, Maverick, I don't know about you, but that doesn't sit well with me. Let's go. And I start moving forward.
Okay. You
if you can deal with the 2 gunners, I can probably deal with the hair puller, because what's the harm he can do?
Okay.
Pull my hair.
So you are at medium range currently. Okay. You have 1 surprise attack round where one of you can create or do an action of whatever you want before you actually enter into combat, because they're not focusing on you right now. So you can do anything you want for, like, one of you can do anything you want for 1 round, and then combat starts.
It'd probably make more sense for you, assuming you have range.
Yeah, probably just shoot a gun or something like that.
I mean, technically I do have range, but not really what I would use. Actually, no, even my pistol is close quarters, so
that's the thing I was thinking about, because what's my gun range? My gun range is also C, so not very good at shooting from medium range. So I guess we could take cover instead to stop before we start peppering them. Get into range, which is into close, but find cover at the same time. Is there any kind of position we can like flank them from
I'll say
the
that
car?
there's a lot of trees, right? The road was surrounded by like dead trees on the left and right side. So yeah, you can find cover easily.
All
Can
right.
I am I able to just, I don't know. And if not, because it's only one of us, that's fine. But literally my idea was just to like just go right up to them. So like
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
hover towards them.
but so you need to like one person can do an action. It's either you,
Yeah.
Mr. Gutsy, or Maverick, the traitor,
Oh, okay. I
right?
mean, I mean, go for it, Mr. Gutsy, because you need to close in. I can shoot from afar.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so
I'll just
basically,
use my surprise round to approach.
you can approach and actually attack.
Yeah.
They're within
Sweet.
medium range, right? So your minor action is move, right? Into close,
Yeah.
right? And you should be able to attack with a melee weapon or a ranged weapon if you want.
I will use my buzzsaw arm.
Okay, sure. So they're basically they're not noticing you because they're too focused on beating up whoever this blue suited figure is, basically, and they're doing a hell of a job. And you approach behind one of them, and you can take the first attack. It's going to be basically your melee, which is, I believe, melee is where is it?
Plus melee
Strength
weapons.
plus melee weapons. Yes, exactly. And it's a difficulty
equal to
1.
Target's defense.
Okay, so I have to roll under it.
You have to roll 2d20, and you have to roll at least 1 under whatever your target number is.
Your strength plus melee.
Okay, I got
and
one
since we
under.
have action points right now, you can actually spend them if you like.
I won't bother in this round. I want to
Okay.
get my just knock the rust off after being shut down for a while. So I got 1 hit.
Yep. Well, you succeeded in hitting.
Or
right?
sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you go right behind him. At this point, like it's yeah, he has no idea that you're coming, so you can do damage basically.
All right. So
You
the
get
damage.
to roll for hit location too.
Yeah, you can roll for hit location 2. But let's see what the damage is first, actually. I'm curious.
All right, so I don't. It's just fixed damage, correct? I don't roll for it.
No, you do roll. You roll d6s.
You have a buzzsaw.
Buzzsaw arm just has
Let's
it says damage 4 is what it said. That's why I'm.
It's 4 dice.
4 dice. Yeah.
Oh.
4 d6s.
I probably should have read the rules.
I haven't reached the melee weapons part, but yeah, that's generally how it works in 2d20 in general.
Okay.
Actually, I should probably look that up.
Oh yeah, that makes sense because it's 4 in the face, and the face is where the 6-sided dice. Right.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll roll those.
No, that's not bad. 1, 2, 3, and a blank, I believe. So you did 3 damage altogether.
And then I also, the effects of the buzzsaw arm is piercing 1, and I have melee damage plus 1 under my combat.
Okay, so piercing 1. Let's see. Ignores 1 point of the target's damage reduction for each effect rolled. You didn't roll any effects though.
Okay.
And then what else did you have on the buzzsaw?
Plus 1 melee damage.
Plus 1 melee damage. Okay, so roll another d6 then.
Oh, is it another die? It's not just 1 damage?
It's another die. Okay,
another
so
1.
you did 4 damage, basically. I'm
terrible.
actually going to count this at... I'm going to count this as a sneak attack as well. Let's see. Your attack gains the vicious damage effect if it did not already have it. So let's see. Vicious. The attack inflicts plus 1 damage for each. You didn't roll any effects, so never mind. 4 damage altogether. Yes. Now roll the hit location. So you need to roll a d20.
A 12.
Okay. So you hit him in the right arm. He has damage reduction of 1. Okay.
It's not a good start. I rolled 4 1s out of 5 dice.
Actually,
That's not bad, actually.
yeah. Considering
Oh, low is
2d20
good on
terms.
ours. Yeah.
Ones and twos are actually good because
Yeah.
they're actual numbers.
I guess
Yeah,
the
yeah,
one
fair
that the one that you want to roll for more damage is 2, because that's actually 2
Most,
hits,
yeah.
2 damage. And then if you want to roll effects, you have to roll a 5 or a 6.
So 3 and 4 does nothing. Is that
3
how
and
that
4
works?
are
Three and fours
flanks.
are
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they suck.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Now combat starts. So we do not have to roll for initiative. There's just initiative assigned to you. What are your initiatives?
Mine's 12.
12.
That's right. 10 for Maverick.
Okay, so I mean, that's actually very simple. The Mr. Dick goes first, right? Then the Raiders, and then Maverick every time.
So my buzzsaw arm actually is mounted just above where my belly button would be, so it looks like a big dick.
Disgusting.
Ah,
dick saw.
The dick saw. Interesting.
So I'm
Oh,
dick saw
God.
slapping him. I'm dick saw slapping him.
Ah,
Like, all right, Sergeant. And I'm just gonna do it again. I assume that guy is still up.
he's still alive. Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Who are
you
you chopping up? Air
you-
puller or gunner?
One of the
he-
gunners.
Yeah, it's one of the gunners beside the car, right?
Yeah.
That's the only. That's probably who he would be able to get.
That's
closest
that's
to.
definitely where I was going. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that guy, his right arm is ripped up pretty bad, but
Yeah, it is.
but still up. Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
so what do you
so-
want to do? Combat
I'm just gonna
starts,
buzzsaw
you're
him again.
first. Okay.
Buzzsaw
So
him again. So rolled a 20 and a 2.
2d20.
Yeah. I rolled a 20
Oh.
and a 2.
Oh,
The
the
20
complication.
is a complication. Excellent.
Just rely on me for complications, man. That's
The complication is you hear footsteps coming out of the house. You don't
Perfect.
see anything yet, but you hear commotion in the house, and it's the commotion is getting closer and closer to you. Basically,
Okay.
looks like it's leaving the house.
That's fine. I'm gonna focus my 2 and cutting this guy up still, so I'm good.
Okay, so you don't have any tag skills, do you? Like, do you by any chance have a tag skill in melee?
I
Well.
do not. It's
Aw.
not tagged.
Okay, that's unfortunate. Okay, so that is one success. So you don't gain any AP. You can now hit him. So do your damage,
All right.
and don't forget to add your
1, 2,
bonus
3,
damage.
4, 5. Okay. 2 damage.
1, 2.
And then
Wow.
5s and 6s.
Wow. Okay, so every one of these hit basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 damage on this guy. Just for shits and giggles. Why don't you tell me where you hit him? Go ahead, roll 2d20 for your hit location.
I can do that.
Ooh, D20s.
Oh, sorry, 1d20.
Oh, okay. 15 then. Take the first
15.
one.
Okay, so he dies. Why don't you describe how you managed to kill him by destroying his left leg?
Yeah. So after the first dick saw slap and his arm getting all like chewed up, and he was kind of like, it kind of like went, kind of limp.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, as he was favoring that, I just kind of, I basically just dick saw slapped his, I can't stop saying that. So yeah,
Dick saw
as he was doing
slapped.
that, I basically went in and just kind of like right down his leg, just kind of opened up the back of his leg,
Mhm.
and it just, I don't know, tendons started kind of falling out, and then
Basically, his left leg exploded, is what you're telling
yeah,
me. Basically.
I just kind of went, and his left leg exploded, and the shock and loss of blood, he just collapses over.
Yeah.
And then I get a just kind of like floating there because I'm like a robot that's floating,
Yeah.
hovering.
Cool, excellent.
And then I'm just gonna go like this to the other guy, going, and I'm
Right.
gonna make that noise as I turn,
Excellent.
just verbally.
You don't even have to make the noise. You're doing it on purpose. That's a
Perfect.
threat. All right.
Subconsciously.
All right. So the raiders go. Okay. So the complication shows up with another raider appearing. He knows, he sees what's going on, so he doesn't actually leave the doorway of the farmhouse. He's actually taking cover, and he'll actually shoot. And he will shoot at definitely the at the Mr. Gutsy that ripped up one of his friends. So 2d20. I do have AP, but let's not spend it right now. There we go. Interesting. Okay, so he definitely does have one success. So he hits you unless you have a higher defense than 1. Dave?
I have a defense of 1.
Of 1. So I do definitely hit you with a pipe gun. And let's see, it does 3 physical. So 1, 2. 2 damage and 1 effect. The pipe gun has quarters fire rate. No. Okay, so it just does 2 damage on you. Do you have any damage resistance?
I do. I have physical damage resistance of 2 on every body part.
Except the head. Right?
I have written it. It says 2, but that might have just been me accidentally.
Oh no, you're a robot. Yeah, actually, you do have 2 damage resistance at the head. So actually, it doesn't matter where I roll your hit location because I only did 2 damage, and your armor probably soaked it up. Then, okay.
Tink.
Basically, the raider that's on the figure. It's a woman in a blue suit. The figure who's on the woman in the blue suit is going to continue punching the woman in the head. He's going to aim and he's going to punch, and that 2 is successful. So he's going to do 2 more damage. Oh no, 1 more. Yeah, 1 more damage to the head, basically. As you can see, actually, she, like the Mr. Gutsy would be able to see that she is bloody. I mean, she's got blood coming down her face, and it looks like her eyes are already dazed, right? Like she's already suffered a head trauma, right? And next, okay, the one raider that was beside the guy who got chewed up is going to move as his minor action around the car so he has some type of cover, and then he's going to actually shoot probably the most the most problematic enemy in front of him, the Mr. Gutsy again. He rolled 2d20 complication in your favor. He hits though, so let's see what the damage is first.
Is there any additional, if he moved around the car, is there any like half cover or anything like that, or no?
He's got half cover. He's moving around the front side of the car, and he's aiming at you, and you're basically.
Oh, I see. Okay, I thought you meant he went to the other side. I'm like, I don't know. Was he shooting me under the car? I gotcha.
Okay. Let's see. So, pipe guns don't have any effects or qualities. So that's again just 2 damage. So you soak it up again. Basically, is what happens. And then it's actually Maverick's turn.
Oh, so I'm gonna go on the side where Mr. Dick is.
Okay.
That side of the car where Mr. Dick is. And I'm
you're gonna go to the side of Mr. Dick? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. And I'm gonna get half cover. I'm gonna shoot the guy who was shooting at Mr. Dick from the other side of the car.
Okay. He still has cover, right?
Yeah.
So do I. Yeah, you both have cover. So the difficulty will... Oh no, the difficulty doesn't increase, but his... let's see. I think his damage the damage reduction increases possibly. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So
I remind you that you do have AP that you can spend here.
Yep. Not yet, I guess.
Okay.
Well, we still have numbers against us. So I'm rolling for...
That's a crit.
That's a crit, but I need to check. It's agility plus small guns, right?
Yeah. It should be on your character sheet. Whatever the thing is.
Yeah, agility's plus small guns. Oh, that's a 9. Damn. Okay, so it's only a 1 hit success. So that's only a simple hit. I'm using a pipe gun as well, so that gives me 3d6.
Wait. You rolled a 1. So that's 2 successes, right?
That's true. That's
And
very true.
so basically you gain an AP. Your AP goes down up to 3 now,
3.
right?
That's good. Because we can definitely use that. And I'll roll for my damage, which is 3d6.
Yep.
And I get an effect of 1 and a blank.
So 2 damage altogether and 1 effect.
Damage plus an effect.
Where are you hitting?
That would be the d20, right?
Yeah, roll a d20.
You hit 12.
Right arm? Is that again?
Right arm. Right.
Yeah, right arm. Okay. So you hit him in the right arm. You hit him for 2. Unfortunately, he has a damage reduction of 1 plus. Hold on. Since he has cover. Nothing. Just 1. Okay. So damage reduction of 1. He takes 1 damage in the right arm. Yep. I recorded it. That's it. Okay.
Yeah, my gun set doesn't have an effect, so my effect doesn't mean anything, right?
I don't think your pipe gun has no effect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, yeah. Unfortunately, no. Get a better gun.
Okay.
Get a better gun. That's all I can tell you. All right. Next, Mr. Gutsy, you're up again.
Okay.
You can take the wife beater. Oh, you want to chop up this guy on the other side of the car?
I probably would just go right for the guy that was on this like right at the car, because I kind of went in to. I don't have. I have a strategic mindset.
I don't recall Maverick calling out any commands or telling you to do anything. So
yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I would just kind of move up.
The first thing that Maverick turns on thing and gives him command, he learns very quickly that Mr. Dick doesn't take orders.
I know he wants to say something. Go ahead, Dave.
Oh my God!
Rude and
like, you can't just tell a dick what to do.
Yep. All right, so
a dick does what a dick does.
Yeah. So I got a lot of damage resist, so I'm a hard dick.
I knew you were eventually gonna use that somewhere. Yep, yeah, I knew it. Okay.
I don't want to disappoint you, man.
Yeah. I was waiting for that particular joke, but anyway.
Yes. So I guess I'll minor action, move right up to the guy.
Yep.
Be like, where do you think you're going? And just try to buzz him again.
Yep. Roll to hit.
Oh, another complication.
Does not hit, and it hits a complication. Okay, so actually this is perfect. Your dick saw, he barely dodges the dick saw. The dick saw gets lodged into the frame of the car, and it'll take you a round to pull it out, basically. Pull it out, get it? Anyway.
Yeah. Hey, I love it. I hope this pull-out method works.
But, I mean, you do have 2 other arms that you could... Oh, no. Well, no, that was your attack. You're done. Okay, so, my turn. Well, I mean, the guy right next to you is going to... Probably... he does have a tire iron. Okay, so he's going to take out his tire iron, and he's going to try to hit you with it.
So you're telling me he's going to beat the dick?
Yes, he's going to beat the dick. You just had to call yourself Mr. Dick, didn't you? Anyway, I'm also spending an AP. Basically here. So I am going to spend 1 AP. And now I'm down to 1. And I'm going to add a D20 here. And then let's see if I can get myself more AP. No. I do hit you, but I rolled 1 complication. Okay, I'm going to see if I do damage to you first, right?
Sure.
And then you guys can suggest a complication for me, okay?
Mhm.
It is 4, so 4 physical damage. Let's roll it. 1, 2, and 2 blanks. Does it have any kind of... And it has no qualities or effects. So basically the tire iron also just comes down and bounces off of your hard shell.
How about
What's the
How about-
complication?
how about the complication is when he does that, because since he did no damage, he knocks my buzzsaw free.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, sure. He actually smashes into your buzzsaw and it jars free, and he's just taking away
bitch.
the previous complication. That's actually pretty good. There are 2 other raiders. So the guy at the house will now fire at... He sees that there's a human target, and he will start firing at Maverick. So you've moved into close range then, right, Maverick?
Well, in relation to the guys on the other side of the car, how far is that from the house?
Everything's in close
Everything's
range.
in close range?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so it is just... And you're hiding. You're undercover. So you actually get a roll your damage resistance. Like, you can roll a d6 to add to your damage resistance.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. If I hit you, even. I do hit you. That's a 1, actually. So that brings me back up to 2 AP. Because I only needed 1 to hit you. That is not a complication, so that's good. And the pipe gun is 3. So, roll. Oh, I hit
4
you for
damage
5.
5 damage in effect.
And an effect.
Right.
Okay. You might as well roll your damage resistance right now.
That's a d6.
Yep.
Even if I roll a 2, it's not much.
You get
Oof.
a blank.
I get blank.
Yeah, so that's
apply.
5.
So
Hold on.
that's 5, and you need to roll for location.
Location, right. And the location is 17, which is your left leg,
Right.
not your head.
Okay. So that's 5, and I have a damage resistance of... It's a physical, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's a physical. So you have damage
Right.
resistance
So
1,
resistance
I'm
of
guessing.
1. So that that takes me down to 4.
And you barely missed getting injured, basically.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, so and then the one that's still beating on the suit, the blue suit. Okay, so roll and hit and 2 and 1. 1 more damage to the head. Okay. I have to start recording all of this. Guys, she is looking extremely bloody,
Yeah.
right? In fact, she might die soon if she's not looking too good. Basically, is what I'm telling you.
Oh.
Anyway, it's your turn now, Maverick. Go ahead.
Okay. I was just looking at my perks and qualities, and I just found out. Okay, let me see this. I can't aim, so I'm gonna have to use my fast shot. EP rather than 2. Okay. So I'm going to do a major action of firing. I think I'll fire on the wife beater.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you
and
say...
I'm going to spend...
Wait, did you just call him
No.
the wife beater?
Or woman beater or something.
Woman beater. Okay, anyway.
Okay. I'm gonna spend... that would be my major action. I can't use my minor to aim, but I'm still gonna stay put in my cover. But I am going to spend an AP to do a second major action.
Okay, sure.
So I'm going to spend 1 AP from the pool, so we are down to 2.
Wait.
So I'm
I
going to be
believe-
making.
If you wanna do a major action, wasn't it 2 AP that you had to use?
It's that's that. But because I have fast shot, it says I only spend 1 instead of 2.
Oh, you have a perk or something.
I have
Okay.
a trait.
Yeah. Okay. That's
I have a
fine. Yeah.
trait for
Go
that.
ahead.
Yeah. So I'll do 2 attacks. So I'll just roll for the first one.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. 18 and a 5. The 5 is gonna hit because I
Yep.
think mine's a 9. Yeah. So you want me to resolve the damage first, or you want me to like roll the second attack?
Let's see if it even matters. Yeah. So if you only get 1 damage, then it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. So that's 3d6.
2.
That's 2 damage with effects, but no
Okay,
effects.
so now-
that's 2 damage.
Roll the d20 to see where you hit him.
Location.
You rolled a
Gosh,
15, which is left leg. We just want to keep hitting the left leg
Oh.
here.
Left legs, yeah.
Okay. So you were hitting the guy who was beating on the blue suit.
On the
Woman,
blue suit,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Probably,
Okay.
probably get his attention. So this is
Right.
my second attack on the same dude.
Okay.
Okay, and both miss.
Okay. That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
Mr. Gutsy, your
Firing so
turn.
many times.
So you were shooting at the
The
wife
guy.
beater, as you call it. So I'm gonna so I'm gonna spend 1 AP, and that gives me an extra D20 when I'm attacking. Correct?
Yep, that
Mhm.
does.
I'm gonna attempt to buzzsaw this biatch in front of me since my buzzsaw got knocked free. Big dick saw slap. 2 hits.
2
Oh,
hits.
The 13, I'm pretty sure doesn't. Let me double check.
No, the 13 does
Melee
not.
and
I'm
strength.
guessing.
No, I got 10. So.
Okay. So yeah,
All right.
2 hits. So you actually regain that AP that you spent.
Nice.
Oh, I thought that was only on a crit. You got it.
No.
Nice.
It's a difficulty 1, right? And you rolled more than 1 success. So any extra
Gotcha.
successes adds to your
Right.
AP count
right.
up to a total of 6, I believe, right?
I'll take 6, sure.
No,
5 or 6? I can't remember. I think it was 6.
it's 6.
All right, so I hit twice.
I'll
so I
also
basically
remind
literally-
you that for melee attacks, I believe you can spend AP to add damage dice.
Damage. You can, yeah. And I had it up on my screen, but I just lost it.
It's
but-
1 to 3 points, and it's basically 1 for each.
Yeah.
1 extra dice for each AP. Up to 3.
Yeah. So I hit him twice, which means I'll be rolling damage twice right now, correct?
No, you hit him
No.
once.
Hit him once.
Oh.
There was one
so-
attack.
You
but
hit him
got 2
once with
successes.
2 successes.
Right,
You only
right.
needed 1 success, so one of those successes
Oh,
goes to
okay.
your
I
AP
gotcha.
pool.
Gotcha. Sorry. Yeah.
But I
many
mean,
different
since you
rules
got
here.
an extra AP out of it, you could
Yeah,
spend it to just
I will
spend it
use
for extra
I will use the AP, yeah. I will
To
use
to
one
increase
add
your
a-
damage, right?
Yeah, so I'll
Increase by
roll an
1
extra
dice.
die. So that'll
Right.
be
Mhm.
6 die.
That'll be
Okay.
6 die.
Well, because I have 4, and then you said the +1 melee damage was another die. So that gives me
Your
5.
buzzsaw attack naturally has 4.
That's what it says.
Okay, yeah, and then you have a trait or something that gives you +1, right?
So yeah, I think naturally it's a 3. Then I have a trait that gives it +1.
That's
But
4.
then I have melee damage +1, which you said was another die.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're it's already added in. I literally
check
did it
this
from a
later on.
generator.
Yeah, we can check this later on. But
I can roll 4 instead of 5, and then the +1 so for 5. I'm okay with that.
No, it's okay. Let's go with this roll. It sounds
shitty
right.
roll
he gets
anyway.
he gets another 1 more for the AP, right? So that's 5 or 6 in total.
He rolled
Well,
6
that's what
altogether.
It would be 6 if what I have on my sheet is if I'm reading it
Correct.
correctly, but maybe I'm not.
Okay.
Regardless, there's a hell of a lot of 3s and 4s in there, so it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter.
Yeah. So you kind of missed. Or you
Oh,
kind of
that's
did
like a-
no damage
Like a
anyway.
1.
Yeah.
Mm.
I did 1
But
damage,
wait,
which
but
you
here's an
probably...
effect. It's a buzzsaw effect.
That is true. You did do an effect. Does the
It-
buzzsaw
because-
have any effects?
I'm looking up saw.
If I'm looking here, it says piercing piercing physical.
Oh,
Okay.
that's the effect. So yeah, piercing
Yeah,
1.
Piercing 1. Okay, so basically
So
you got 1 extra. Ignore 1 point of the
ignore
target's damage. Okay, so you
ER.
got 1 damage basically
Okay.
on this guy. Who you're attacking the same guy, right?
Yeah, the guy
Okay.
that's in the one
Oh,
guy
oh.
behind the car still.
And where did you hit him?
Oh yeah, right.
Oh,
In,
the D20.
the dick saw hit him right in the dick saw.
11.
11.
11, which is a
Left
Left
arm.
arm.
left arm.
So it just kind of feels like your dick arm is just like flailing about, right? Just flailing about, doing a windmill, and not actually directed at anything, just catches whatever it can.
I'm sitting there. I have these 2 little twig arms, like everyone like this, and I'm just helicoptering.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the raider takes offense to that, and he's going to roll against you with his tire iron again, and misses. So he was apparently just too fascinated by the show.
It was beautiful. Wow.
The guy still at the doorway continues to shoot at Maverick.
Oof.
And hits both times, I believe.
Oh.
Yep, hits both. No, yeah, hits both times. That's an 8 and a 7. Okay, so I gain an AP. And how much damage am I doing to you? 2, 3, roll. I hit you for 2 and 2 effects, but the effects don't matter because I'm using a pipe gun. Roll your d6 for damage reduction.
I just need 1.
You got 1.
And I get
okay.
1. All right.
So basically,
0 damage.
Yeah, the bullet hits the tree, let's just say. Okay. And then the one that's left, the wife beater. The wife beater just throws the woman on the ground, right? So she's just face planted on the ground. He takes out his pipe gun and he takes cover behind the tree, behind his side of the car, and starts attacking Maverick as well. And misses. Okay, your turn, Maverick. What would you like to do?
How wounded is the guy on the opposite side of the car?
To be perfectly honest, these guys are not seriously wounded. The windmill dick just didn't do much damage.
Okay, maybe we should do something else for actions. Let's have a look. Maybe an assist or something. Look at that. Just around. Okay. Oh, actually, let's use command an NPC.
The girl on the ground?
Yeah.
Is that who you're commanding? Okay.
Yeah, and the action requires a test. I'll tell her that since that guy has ran off to take cover, she should run over to our side.
Okay.
To
So
get cover from us.
So your major action is to command an NPC.
Yep.
She does her best to follow your instructions. However, it's like she has a concussion, basically, right? So she's kind of trying
I'm just like
to
encouraging
lurch.
her, like follow my voice, just run
like
towards here.
She's running. She falls. She gets up. She's she's wobbling. You can easily see that she is not, she can't see straight right now. So eventually she starts trying to crawl to you, but she's out of the immediate area. It's not like, well, he could get to her if he started focusing on her again, right? But for now, she's doing what you're saying. She's crawling towards you. Okay?
Okay. All
right.
That's good enough.
Mr. Gutsy, your turn.
Mr. Gutsy. Okay, so you are correct. The 4 that I had on my buzzsaw included the +1 already. So
okay.
So that's good to know. All right. A helicopter dick.
Go ahead.
1 hit.
Okay, that'll hit.
1 success, rather. And then, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, What
You
was the
still
reason
ha-
we were adding one before?
because you spent an AP.
It's an AP.
Right, yeah.
You can still spend them if you want. We've got
There's
like
two
two
left.
Yeah. No, I only have one again because I gained it back and then I used it again. We only had two, right?
We had 3.
You had 3.
And then you.
Oh, did I have 3? Oh, I thought
And
I
then
only
you
had
roll
2.
two
Okay.
successes. I spent 1. And then you
Yeah,
roll
so
2
that-
successes. You spend the additional 1. So we're still at 2.
Yeah. I thought we started at 3 or 2. Sorry. So I'll spend 1 AP for another damage die. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
And you could
well,
roll.
make
you
sure
could
you roll to
roll
hit
more
first.
successes. Yeah, you could roll more successes to replenish it. So
I rolled
Yeah.
to get it, and I got a 7.
Oh, okay.
So that was a hit. And then I roll and I get
Oh, right.
Ah.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
4 damage.
So
I'm
2,
assuming.
3, 4. Yeah, 4
2, 3,
damage.
4.
And 3 of them is
effects.
pierced. And 2 effects.
6.
You
No,
have
sorry,
five more?
no, never mind. 5. Yeah, right. So 2, 3, 4, 5. You did 5 damage
And the
altogether.
effect is piercing 1. So if that means
That
basically
still
the
counts.
1 or
The
the 2
one-
damage.
5 full damage. There's no resistance at all.
Yeah, you did 5 damage with no resistance at all, and you can roll where, basically. Where did you hit him?
Hopefully get a 1.
19.
Right in the head.
No, it is not
quite.
right in the head. It's
Oh,
the
no,
right
sorry.
leg.
The right leg.
Yeah, sorry, head is 1 and 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
You hit him in
Yeah.
the right leg for 5 damage. Huh. Okay.
but
Well,
that means injury, isn't it?
yeah, that's an injury. So basically, he immediately, it's like you chopped his leg off almost completely, right? It's kind of hanging there. He's like got nothing to stand on, so he falls on the floor. He's bleeding out. He's still alive, and he's still conscious, but he can no longer walk, basically.
Perfect.
And then the raider goes.
And then I'll say, son, you better stand at attention.
At that
stand.
point, that raider is going to take a full major action to move, because that's all he can do, and he's going to move out of combat. Basically, he's going to move from close to medium range, basically away from the Mr. Gutsy, right? He's running. The guy in the
I'll take my
doorway,
opportunity attack.
no, you don't have one. The guy in the doorway will attack the Mr. Gutsy, and let's see. That's
So
good.
do I have any cover or not at this point?
You do not.
Okay.
You never. You're not like flying behind the car. You're just flying, basically, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to just picture yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I didn't think I did.
Yeah. I have a 2, and that's under their small guns tag skill. So that's actually 2 successes, 3 successes. I have 3 successes, so that gives me 2 more AP.
Oh shoot! I didn't realize that's how that worked. Oh, I have to remember that if it gets if the 1 die roll is under the.
Yeah.
Because I have
under your tag skill though.
Yeah. Because I have 3 on that. I think I might have rolled a 2 before, so I did roll a 2. Oh no, I didn't. No, that was the damage. Okay, never mind.
Okay, so I'm actually going to spend 1 of my AP right now and increase the damage. Actually, no. For guns, it's fire rate, isn't it?
Fire rate is the number of attacks you have. I think,
I'm actually going to use Let Her Rip. This raider has a quality or a trait or a quality or a perk or something. It's called Let Her Rip. 1 time per combat, I can actually roll 5 damage die to, indicate that he's using all of his rounds basically in his weapon. No, not all of his rounds, but 3 rounds in his weapon. Here we go.
Not
Blank.
bad, not bad.
1, blank, 2, shit. And he does 2 damage basically. So again, it just tings off your armor. Jesus Christ, I cannot do enough damage against you. And the one by the car, realizing that, more important thing to put down is the Mr. Gutsy, will turn his attention towards the Mr. Gutsy and attack as well. And 2.
That's my job.
I have 2 successes, so I get another AP. And then he will use 3, and he will also do Let Her Rip. So that's a 5. And roll better this time. Fuck. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 4. Yeah, 3. Okay, so finally, I do 1 damage against you. Where
It's
though?
like, pink. Oh.
18. So that's one of your servers, I think, right? One of the no, it could be actually like whatever is propping you up. Your
Yeah, I mean it
propulsion
says
thing.
right leg because this character sheet is it's just kind of generic.
I'm almost sure it's your propulsion. I don't have the actual thing, but let's go with
I'll
it.
look it up here.
Don't you use a robot sheet instead?
I only used the one, but that would have made more sense if I.
Right.
I
But it's okay. We can
realized-
just go with propulsion on the right leg.
Yeah,
right
propulsion.
booster.
Yeah, right booster, something like that, basically.
I'm just looking it up here. Yeah.
And then I think it's Maverick's turn now. While he's looking that up.
Right. So wait, hold on. Oh, both of them fired at Mr. Gutsy. Okay. I'm gonna. Oh wait, but the guy ran away. Okay.
He's not completely away yet. He's at medium range.
Yeah, he's
and he's like
back.
He's kind of crawling away.
Crawling his way back. Yeah. Okay, no, but I'm gonna shoot at the guy hiding at the tree then.
The guy hiding behind the doorway?
No, the one who's outside the house. The other gun.
Oh, the other gun is actually hiding behind the car.
Oh, his another car or the same car?
No, the same car. They're like doing a.
So who's the one crawling away then? The one was that the wife beaters crawling away?
Okay,
or
look,
the
so
one who plays the league?
There are 2 guys firing at the farmhouse, right?
Right.
The Mr. Gutsy tore up one of them.
Right.
And then he spent like 3 rounds trying to kill the one that's running away right now.
I cut off his leg basically, yeah.
And then the wife beater, right? Stopped beating on the woman, took cover behind the car, and then started shooting at you.
Oh, he ran to our car.
Yeah, there's only one car. He ran behind the car and started shooting at you.
When you described it, I thought he ran to another car. Okay,
and then he started shooting at the Mr. Gutsy, right? There's only one car.
That's the guy I'm going to shoot.
Okay.
That's the guy I'm going to shoot. You just call him wife beater for now. Okay.
Okay, it's my thruster.
Okay. Well, how many APs we have? We have 1 left.
Yes, you have 1 left.
You just played safe for now. Might take forever, but oh crap. Okay, that's a 2, but I don't have attack skill under shooting, so that's just 1 success.
Yep.
3d6. And that would be a 2 damage. 3 damage.
3 damage.
Yep. Okay. You want me to roll for location?
Yep.
Location say 6, which is
Torso.
Right. Okay.
So you did 2 damage altogether with his damage resistance.
No, okay, yeah. Wait for damage resistance. Yeah, that's 2 damage.
Yeah. And now it's Mr. Gutsy's turn again.
All right, so after that one shot kind of hit my thruster, and I was like, I'm like, oh, you done fucked up, son. And I'm gonna approach the guy that's closest to me, not the guy crawling away, but
okay. So you go around the car on his side, and then you approach that guy. Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah. So which one is this guy? Is this guy the?
This guy is the wife beater.
It is. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna use my my last AP.
Okay.
Not at all.
Ugh. One hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
1 success, which is fine. At least it succeeds. And then 2, 3, 4 damage, which is my normal. 3 damage.
3 damage plus 2 effects. Okay, so 3 damage altogether. No damage resistance on this guy. Where are you hitting him for? Roll the location. 6.
Right in the torso.
Okay, so
basically just trying to eviscerate him. Just trying to
right.
Just trying to get his I want to see what he had for breakfast.
Right. Okay. I mean, yeah, he looks extremely wounded. Like, yeah, you can see his intestines and everything. He's still breathing, but you can see his intestines and everything.
I can see his lungs breathing.
Yeah. It's just a surface wound, whatever.
Yeah,
it's a flesh wound.
Flesh wound.
Exactly. They're gonna go. So that guy's still alive, and he's attacking you, obviously. Takes out a tire iron and attacks you. 7 should hit. And I've got a lot of AP, so I might as well spend it. 3, 4. And then the tire iron does 4 damage, naturally. And then I'll spend an AP and make that 5. And roll. 1. Shit. Seriously, 1. Oh my god.
Tink!
This is ridiculous. How am I getting these 3s and 4s all the frickin' time? Unbelievable.
Well, it's a 33% chance you're not going to do damage.
Like, but if you look down the sheet, look at how many times I rolled that against you. It feels like frickin' KC's game all over again at the very beginning where the heroes do well.
Well, to be fair, you've done 2 damage multiple times.
Yeah, nothing against
what you get when you have a resistance 2 machine flying around.
Yeah.
Guy again realizes what the major danger is, so he's gonna try to take out the Mr. Gutsy. Let's do it. Come on.
Sorry, I have it. It's more like this, the big dick. Come on, bring it.
1 success, so that does hit you. And he's going to do 1, 2, 3 with the pipe gun. Yeah, okay. So 3 with the pipe gun, and God, do some frickin'... Oh, with his minor action, he's... Nah, it doesn't matter, actually. Here, go. Huh. 2
damage.
2 damage.
Damage.
Ping!
Pink! Just like...
I'm gonna have to, like, in future games, I'm gonna have to account for the fact that you have 2 damage resistance. This is ridiculous. Okay, anyway. Go ahead. It is now Maverick's turn.
All right. Now finish off the guy.
I have to be the tank. I needed to be a robot.
I mean, 2 damage resistance. If you had high agility, you have 2 defense. That will make life miserable.
Yeah.
16 and a 6, so the 6 gonna hit.
Yep.
6 for damage.
Oh my god!
Small damage. Let's hope it's for the hit.
It is for the torso. Who are you hitting again? Same guy?
The same guy. Yeah.
I would like you to explain how you kill this guy.
Oh, the hole in the chest. Like we've been cutting him up and pumping blood into that place.
So basically, what you saw was Mr. Gutsy with his dick claw, basically ripping up his torso into shreds, like freaking stomach, intestines flying everywhere. The raider does one last attempt at defiance, and basically his tire iron kind of tinks off Mr. Gutsy's armor, and you put him out of his misery by shooting his heart, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can do the whole elite sniper thing with the bullet going through.
Yeah, sure, exactly. I mean, Fallout does that, the game. Like, you actually see the killing shot and the bullet go through in slow motion, basically.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. The bat system.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what you see, basically.
We'll have that in the theater of the mind.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Gutsy, it's your turn.
All right.
We've got 1 crawling guy left and 1 by the doorway.
Yeah, I'm gonna head towards the doorway.
Okay.
Can I get there with a minor action move?
Yeah, you can. Everything's within close.
Hello, son. How are you doing today? Attack with the buzzsaw.
Okay.
That is 2 successes, so I get an AP back. Is that correct?
Yep.
You get an AP back. That's right.
Yep. 1 AP back. We're at 1.
4 under your attack skill?
No, my
It can't be. 3 is the highest.
Wait, right? Because melee, for some reason, I didn't tag. It's not a tag. Well, it's not. I don't have it tagged, so it's 3. It's 3, but it's not. Yeah, but it's not.
Yeah. Then it doesn't.
So I'm going to then use that AP I just used
Okay.
to do another damage. So that's 5 die.
Ooh,
Man.
ooh. Oh, 2.
2 damage, 1
2.
pierce.
2 damage and effect, and a piercing.
Okay,
So that's
but
2 flat.
so that's 2
1 pierce.
flat, right? And where?
Yeah. Come on, Dicksaw. Torso.
Torso. Okay, so
I love seeing the innards from the other guys. I'm like, let's do it again.
your dick claw is kind of slick
Dick's-
and
Dicksaw.
whatever.
Okay.
It's slick. It's got all these juices on it. Basically, it's kind of slippery and it's not exactly turning very quickly. Something's jammed up. Basically, you only do 2 damage. It's the Raider's turn. He's gonna turn tail and say, "Leave me alone! Get out of here!" And then he runs. Basically,
Ooh, he's
and he
turning
takes
around.
his
He's
full
presenting?
action. No, he's not presenting. He's taking his full action and getting the hell out of there, basically. Okay?
I'm going to track him using the blood-stained trail that he leaves behind. I'm just...
I mean, you could continue if
could.
you'd like to. There's also the
That's not sticking around,
other
Dick.
Raider that you've... I'm going to say that Raider actually bled out. There's no way he wouldn't have. So,
enough dicking around.
congratulations! Dun, 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 dun,
Oh, so the
dun.
one who's crawling is dead. Let himself out.
I'm gonna say he did. I don't like.
Okay.
What's the point of unless you want to really track him down and go
think he
through
was
the
still
motions
crawling.
of putting him out of his misery? Yeah. If you want to do that, yeah, sure. I guess you could, but you know, it's not necessary, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So, yeah. The scene that's presented to you, basically there's a bunch of raiders with their innards hanging out, their legs kind of missing and blown apart into pieces. That woman in the blue suit is still crawling towards
Yeah.
you. And
I'm definitely going towards her to give her first aid.
Okay. As you get closer to her, you can see on her back that she is got the number 99 on her back for some reason. Who knows why? She's also wearing armor, and it looks like she doesn't have any weapons, but she is wearing armor. Unfortunately, she also has a big bruise and like a huge bump on her head, basically. Okay? You can do first aid if you'd like. You know what it is. It's, I believe, intelligence and medicine.
Intelligence and medicine.
Okay.
Like, hey, why didn't you just deflect that damage like I did?
She
This
is
is
in
called flesh
no
and bones,
condition
Mr. Teenhead.
to actually talk to you. She's like, her eyes are kind of rolling back in her head. As you look at her, she's actually kind of cute. She's let me describe her to you. She's got the vault suit on. She's got shoulder length brown hair, basically, kind of in a not a bowl cut. I'm not exactly sure what that's called when it only goes up to here, right?
Like a bob.
Yeah, like a bob. And I mean, she has a charisma 6, so she's actually not bad to look at, let's say. Yeah, she has armor that you've never seen before. But it says basically Vault Tech across her armor. She seems to have no supplies on her right now. Okay?
Did you say vault? It says vault tit.
Vault Tech.
Oh, well then I'm not giving you the. I actually thought you said that. I was like, that's pretty good.
Why would?
It's like ironic, you know. It's like, and then you know, it's like they picked it up at like Hot Topic, Fallout Edition.
No, it says Vault Tech. Let me be very clear here. The pronunciation is Vault Tech. Anyway, here we go.
Anyways, okay, I'm just gonna patch her up.
Okay.
Do you want me to do a test or anything?
Yeah,
now?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So there'll be 2d6 with intelligence medicine, which is.
Are you wait? Are
plus-
you trying to take care of her injury, or are you just giving her health?
Well, I think it will be injury because those have more persistent effects.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so she obviously has a concussion.
Okay, we'll try to get rid of that one first. So intelligence 8 plus medicine 3, which
Hold
gives
on.
me 11.
And the difficulty is 2.
Oh, wow. Difficulty 2 with no AP, so I can't do anything about that.
You could succeed at cost, basically, and give me AP.
And give her a complication? I mean, what the heck? Why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're handing me a complication right now.
I'm handing you a complication, and
while you're doing medicine.
Well, it's a medicine check. It's
Okay.
complications happen all the time on TV.
Sure. You sure you don't want to roll it first? Actually, you might as well roll it.
I rolled. No, that's the thing. So what happens
roll.
if I give you?
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you didn't succeed. You will succeed at cost, and I believe that does give me a complication. I know what I'm doing. You don't know. So okay.
All right.
It's a medical mystery.
Well, I mean, metagaming, she loses an intelligence point.
Wow. Okay. So I mean, but she hasn't. I mean, she's cured from a concussion and all. So I guess she's like undazed, and we can talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
So got a name?
My name is Elizabeth. Thank you.
Elizabeth.
Thank you for helping me.
Yeah, that's a very weird looking suit. Where are you from?
I'm from a vault. You guys must not know what vaults are. I've been living in a vault underground for most of my life. Yeah, I've only recently gotten out.
Who were those men and why were they coming after you?
Yeah.
I have no idea. And she looks back at the farmhouse. I was bedding down here for the night, and when I woke up, there were these men that were, like as you saw, just completely dressed in weird random armor, and they were going through my stuff. So I told them to stop, and then they attacked me.
Oh, that's the welcome wagon of the wasteland. I guess you really been staying in a vault for too long.
She looks really worried at this. It's like, is that what it's like out here all the time?
That's what it's like all the time.
And like she kind of.
The lucky thing for you, we ran into you, so that's why you're still alive, I guess. And I think there's always safety in numbers, so we're gonna take you to a place where there's a lot of numbers.
What's the best thing for this? Is there speech actually? Speech and charisma. I would like you to try to convince her that she is going to be okay. It might change how she interacts with you.
Okay. Speech and
difficulty. Well, you just told her that the wasteland is extremely dangerous.
Can I assist? I have speech is actually a skill that I have. It's a tag skill.
You have a tag skill of speech?
Speech.
How the hell do you have a tag skill of speech?
And charisma of 6. I had planned a different approach to my character, but because I was going to be a smart talking asshole, so he still is. I have charisma 6
from the very beginning.
All right.
Yeah, I have charisma 6 and speech tag for 3 points. So can I assist at least?
You can assist. Hold on. So it's going to be a difficulty 2 because you yourselves were just it would have been hard since like she basically was attacked, and then you just told her basically it's like this everywhere. So what's to stop you guys from doing the same thing, right? Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So that's why it's a difficulty 2. And Maverick, is a normal human being, and he's just talking to her. What exactly are you going to do what are you going to say? What are you going to do to help?
Basically, I'm going to, one of the reasons I took speech was from an intimidation, like, because I'm like a general type thing, right? Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to do is basically as he starts telling him, be like, "You saw how I just destroyed those guys single-handedly." That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
We got you. Well, I'll protect you on the way there. You got nothing to worry about. You saw what I could do.
Okay.
Those guys didn't even touch me.
Yeah, sure. You can also roll a speech plus charisma check as well. You roll 1 die, and Maverick rolls 2. So you're just assisting.
Okay.
3, I guess 4 and a 2.
4 and a 2. So
4 and a
that
2.
is
The 2 is under my tag skills.
so that's actually 3 successes already,
That's 3
and that
successes.
8 is that
An
under
8
your tag
is-
number or your
Well,
target
it's not
number?
under my tag number, but my target is 9 because I have 6 charisma and 3 in speech. So yes.
So you basically have 2, 3, 4. You have 4 successes right now
On the difficulty 2.
on a difficulty 2. So you
That
have
gives us 2 AP.
2 more AP. You can add it to your pool, or like she definitely trusts you, and she's definitely going to go with you. You may spend the AP to do other stuff though, like ask her more questions that she might not normally tell you.
Well, I guess we could use it for obtain information.
Yeah, that's what
But
I'm saying.
Is there any real point to doing that at this point?
I don't know what kind of information she would know.
Yeah,
By the
Okay.
I
sounds
mean,
of
like,
it.
what information do we want from her? That's the other question. We know she's from
Unless
the
we don't
vault.
believe her. I mean,
I mean,
she was
she
just beating
doesn't.
the
She
crap
probably
out of
doesn't
us,
know
right?
anything besides her vault. That's the
That's what
thing.
I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless she's,
Actually, also, something that I like. The reason why I wanted you to roll it is at first she was definitely not just afraid, right? But she was kind of like there was a wall between you, Maverick, you specifically, and her, right? Like she didn't trust you, and she just wanted to stay away, I guess, from you. But through your speech and because like she has no one else to turn to, she's decided she like you can see it mentally click. Like she's decided, okay, well, what do I have to lose? I'm gonna have to trust them.
All right.
Basically,
Yeah.
it was
and
the
then
dick
switch
saw,
clicks.
is what you're saying.
No, but anyway,
I mean, this if this was Star Trek, I would probably like to add a tag, a trait to the scene or something like that. But apparently, that the system doesn't work. That the system doesn't exist in
yeah,
Fallout.
it doesn't exist in Fallout.
Yeah. So well, I'll just take it like she has to trust me on face value. So that's nothing else I can do to improve
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I
Okay.
mean, it's good that she just wants to follow.
Yeah.
So that's great. I mean, I can also promise her that if I get enough supplies back in Chester, that's where they were going, right? If I
Sorry.
can get more
Well, I mean, she got kicked out of a vault, so she has nowhere to go right now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to tell her. I'm trying to convince her, like, if I can get more supplies in the town that we'll go, I can like patch her up better, and then maybe we can talk and figure out what she wants to do in the wasteland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. She nods at that, and she says, "Yeah, absolutely. Like, I had nowhere to go. I didn't know where I was going, actually.
Oh yeah.
Right. So I'll definitely come with you. Can I go into the house first? I left some stuff in there, and
Yeah.
I mean,
Sure. Take whatever you have left.
okay. So I mean, you can go into the house with her if you want, but I mean,
Actually, it might not be a bad idea because I could scrounge for something.
Okay. So, will you go into
I've
the
played
house?
Fallout before. I will
Mhm.
check every drawer.
I will check every
Okay,
drawer, every
everything.
single drawer.
And
Okay.
I mean everything, including the
Yes.
chair.
And then I'll build a storage unit in front of the front door.
Actually, there is in this game there is crafting, so it's actually good that you're trying to scavenge stuff. Let me just tell you what she picks up. She has her vault suit on her and her security armor, but she left her helm in there, so she actually has a security helm as well. She picks up 1 canteen of purified water that she slings around her shoulder. She has, as you can see, a Pip-Boy on her left hand, of course. Inside, she picks up a bag, let's say, right? And it looks like there's a baton. No, actually, there's a baseball bat that she also picks up that she must have found from somewhere.
Just for anyone watching, I'd like to say we understand that they're actually called Pip People, not Pip Boy, but you know that's just the name. It's the brand name. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Pip People.
People.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
And she
this
does
is probably
have.
the one game that I can do this without feeling any guilt. I'm definitely gonna loot the raiders for their guns.
Oh yeah. She has a 10. She picks up a 10mm gun as well.
Ah,
That is a small gun.
is
That's
the pip
what
gun
she
better
comes
than
with.
is the pipe gun better than the 10mm?
I believe the 10mm is better than the pipe gun. I think the 10mm actually has effects that it can do. I'm not sure about that. Hold on.
Mine doesn't, but I also, because mine's an auto
let's
pistol,
see.
it had something removed from
Oh
it.
no,
so
you're
it's
right.
just-
No, you're right. It's it does better damage, slightly. One better damage, actually.
Okay. I'll just toss her one of the pipe guns and say you probably want to get used to this one when you're hanging around here.
Oh, thank you.
And
And
the
bullets.
10mm. Yeah.
10mm gun is very small.
Is it? Yeah.
It's like
No,
this
but
big.
it's still
It's
one
like
of the most
it's like
common.
how you gonna fire this thing? Like
The pipe guns use a
Funny.
35.
What? So you throw her a pipe pistol, and then are you throwing her ammunition as well, or does she have to?
I mean, whatever ammunition that they have, it's hers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
it's a loaded gun and you're tossing it to her. This is awesome. Roll for dexterity.
How many did you killed? 1, 2,
I
3
killed
altogether.
I mean, the last guy ran away. We let him go. So
There were 4. That guy ran
Yeah,
away.
that's
There were
true.
3.
So if you consider the
basically.
guy that was crawling away and then died, then 3. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
you killed 3. Basically they have road leathers. Each of them has road leathers. Each of them have pipe guns. Each of them have tire iron caps. Hold on. Let's see.
Aha.
I
can
get
actually
to
take your
roll wealth 1. So actually just roll all 3 of them. You pick up altogether. Wait, nope, I rolled the wrong thing. No, that's right, actually. 16, 21. You pick up 21 caps
Ooh.
altogether.
That's a lot. Oh,
Yeah.
100 caps. Yeah.
And I would say, what does a pipe pistol use for ammunition again?
38.
38. So
Mhm.
you pick up. Let's roll this. They had 4 left.
4 left.
Yeah.
I mean, she can take the 4. I have no qualms for that.
Okay.
Side note,
Mhm.
Casey, your background, I just realized was moving. It's
A background?
mesmerizing. They're like floating in the water.
Really?
Yeah, the background. They're actually. I just noticed it. I'm like, what the hell? In my eyes,
Oh,
But you're-
okay. Yeah, now I see it. Yeah.
they're like bobbing in the water. It's just,
Yeah,
it's
like
just like I just
icebergs.
noticed it. Now I can't not see it.
Okay.
She can have the 438s. That wouldn't add anything to my inventory, but I'm taking the caps.
Okay.
I'm tossing her one of the pipe guns, so I have there's an additional 2 more for me, I think.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine too.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, pipe
I
guns.
don't think any of this. I don't think I can use any of this stuff, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here going, kind of like the things floating in the water behind Casey. I'm just kind of bobbing in the air.
Okay, so that's the raiders. That's what she's taken from her bags.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything in the house though?
Okay. So here is where you're gonna have to roll on the random loot chart.
Nice. That's a 2d20 or a single d20?
Let me get to the random loot chart first.
God, calm down, Casey. Jeez.
What? It's the only game I can actually hold raw people without feeling bad about it.
Okay.
Right?
So this is it's on a beaten path, basically. This is a main road that goes from Mason to Chester, like I said before, right? And you're just using it. So I'm going to give you 1 roll on the oddities and valuables table, and then 1 roll on the, let's make it junk, basically, table. Which,
Oddities and
well, roll your
It's not in
oddities
there.
first.
right. What page is it on?
I'll tell you. Just roll 2d. No, not 3d20. Actually,
3d20. 3d20. You want a total result or just the numbers?
total result
40. Exactly 40.
40. A lantern.
Okay. Yeah. Yoink.
Okay, so junk. You can salvage junk here, which is actually necessary for crafting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Salvaging items takes 10 minutes per item. Salvaging requires no, that's not. Okay, so roll 2d20.
26.
This is the quantity of junk items you have salvaged. Junk items have a weight of 2 and are worth 2 caps each in trade. So you just picked up how many?
26
52
junk.
caps.
So
So it's
26,
either worth
so
52,
52 caps, or you can use it to craft
Make
things, basically.
or make something of value that is worth 26 junk.
I believe you have to do it at a workbench, though, basically,
Right.
and you don't have
Yeah.
one currently.
I don't have one. Yeah.
You may spend 1 luck point to increase the number of junk items scavenged by an amount equal to your luck score.
Nah. I like luck's very, very valuable. I haven't read up on how to replenish luck, so I wouldn't want to spend that resource.
Right. And I'm also going to let you roll on the random food and the random beverages table as well. So 2d20
Oh.
again on the food table.
It's
So
22.
that's 22. You find Fancy Lads snack
milk
cakes for 1. And then the beverage table.
Okay. It's the same 2d20?
Yep.
Let me just put down Fancy Lads.
Not just regular lads.
Yeah, it's fancy.
These ones are fancy.
The one with the top hats.
Dirty
20.
water.
Dirty water.
Yep.
We can throw that out.
You know, you can, again, use crafting to purify it. Right?
Well, then again, she has a canteen, but I'm guessing the canteen has clean water. She's just from a vault.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not for everybody.
Dirty water is
Yeah.
still better than no water.
Well, okay, fine. Then again, it's not radiated water, which you can probably end up drinking by accident again. All
I
right.
mean, to
I'll
be
take
fair,
20.
radiated water would be cleaner. Just radiation. But it would kill the bacteria.
And the cells.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you going to do anything else at this location?
No, I think we've sucked it dry.
Okay, so I'm gonna guess that you're gonna continue, basically.
We're half a day from Chester. Do we
Right.
need to stop back? Well, hold on. Wasn't
Time
there like
is
a
it?
trading outpost? Did we pass that?
You
or-
passed it already.
Okay.
You'd have to go
right.
back half a day
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get to it. By the way, she has now become, for all intents and purposes, your NPC, right?
Cool.
So
not for long,
I
but,
should tell
okay.
you that she currently has 3 hit points.
Okay. But
I'm going to say this is very impressive if that ends up being William. Well done to integrate him into the story.
This is not
He's-
William. He has
the
created his
damsel
own
in-
character.
He's the damsel in distress now.
I don't think he needs to
that's
be.
how we got his character intro.
Yes, while you know.
He got bitch slapped.
Oh my god! At least he wasn't buzzsaw cock slapped. Anyway,
Yet.
Great. On with the show. Here we go. All right. So
Considering the buzzsaw did a hand job and a foot job.
Yeah,
oh,
there you go.
it's substandard role playing. What can I say? You're gonna have to deal with the jokes. Anyway, here we go.
That's why they tune in, man.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, I think I don't think there's anything else unless there's another house or
Yeah.
like
Uh,
barn or something to
Not
salvage.
close.
Then
It's
yeah.
like the countryside currently, right?
What
yeah.
time of day is it?
Oh, it's like I would say around 2 or 3.
Yeah, I say we just head to the.
Yeah, just head down. We're already halfway through the half day that we need,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so we just finish the other half.
Okay.
Yep.
So I think Fallout does this by scenes, basically. So this was your first
Yeah, that's
scene,
right.
and then I'm gonna move on to the next scene. Unlike Star Trek, I don't think you actually lose any of your AP points, right?
I think you do. I think they kept that. Let me just double check because I think I remember reading something like that.
You were so prepared. You actually read the rules. Wow.
Well, I read as much of it as I could and tried to memorize as much of it as I could.
No,
It's
I
a
wasn't
big
being
book.
sarcastic. I mean, because I did not. I'm sad but true. I didn't prepare properly. So
Yeah, well, you
I
know,
rely
I mean,
on.
it's the
your
GM's
expertise.
responsibility, I suppose. I didn't
Well, I
see
should-
it,
I
basically.
should.
But I mean, these are very similar rules to Star Trek. So.
Right, right. So that's why I'm
Okay.
asking whether
Actually,
you
now that you mention it, it
keep your
doesn't.
AP or
I
not.
can't find the ruling that says you lose AP per scene. So
Right. See,
that's a refreshing
so
thought.
yeah,
You can save up to 6 as a group, and
Yeah,
that's the one that still maintains.
yeah. Okay. So well, let's just say until we read differently that you continue
Yeah.
to keep 3 AP, and even if it changes scenes, I believe you only lose 1 in Star
Yeah.
Trek anyway. So
Yeah.
let's just say you have 3, and I currently have 4, just so you know.
Mhm.
Next scene. Okay, so you continue traveling. You travel
So
half a day.
sorry. So I still have 0, correct? Because I used all mine.
No, it's a
No,
pool thing.
it's a
Everyone
pool.
has the thing.
Oh,
So-
okay.
Well, we currently have 2 in the pool for all of us.
No, you currently have 3 in the pool for all of you.
3?
3.
Ooh. I mean, not gonna argue that.
Okay. Anyway, so basically, yeah, like when you use one, it's the group's AP, right?
Oh, okay.
Cool.
I thought it was individualized.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
Took a
used
lot
them
of fun
all.
out of it.
I mean, you did what you were supposed to do. You killed the raiders. You're supposed to use
Yeah.
AP.
Yeah.
Right?
I know.
Spend it
Okay.
all, get it back more.
Okay, so basically, you head towards Chester. You continue traveling. Your companion, still not looking too great, but
Yeah.
limping along with you. No, she's not going to use the
Well-
stim pack yet. But anyway, so as you continue traveling, you continue to pass by occasional farmhouses and residences, all damaged to some degree. Most of them have their windows shattered and their doors wide open. A quick glance inside shows you that any items that may have been important have already been ransacked, leaving only junk. As you travel, you see less farmhouses and more residences in commercial areas until eventually you see a green sign on the side of the road that says welcome to Chester, with the rest of the words after Chester kind of scratched out. Upon closer inspection, when you get closer, you can see that it once might have said welcome to Chester Field, but who knows. After 10 more minutes, you see that, it's becoming more populated, not with people, but with more houses. It's starting to look like a burnt down, broken town. Eventually, you see a metal scrap fence creating what you can assume, and I'll tell you, it's a rectangular perimeter around the center of town. The gate, when you approach it, is a retractable wire link fence that is currently closed and is guarded by an auto turret. One auto turret currently that you can see right on the side of the wire link fence, possibly on a platform that they've built, which later you realize is indeed the case. When a guard on the same platform overlooking the fence, he startles at your approach and takes note and says, "What state your business? What are you guys doing here?"
We're on business to deliver fusion cores for the mayor whose name I forgot.
Hmm. That's very convincing of you. All right. Well, that requires a charisma plus speech check. Go ahead.
I'm more than happy to roll for extra AP if you
Yeah,
really
sure.
have
Go
to.
ahead. Is that
What was it
literally
again,
what you
charisma?
say? I'm here for the fusion cores for the person that I kind of forgot the name to.
Important person. That's all I need to know.
Okay.
What was it again? Just charisma speech.
Yeah, charisma speech,
Charisma speech,
intelligent, or sorry, difficulty 1.
Okay.
Nice.
I get a 2 and a 6. That's the 2 is under my tag skill.
Oh, awesome.
So that's literally.
So how many AP do you get?
That's 3 successes in total,
Uh-huh.
and I needed only 1, correct?
You only needed 1. So 2
that
more.
means 2 goes to the pool, and you're up to 5. You're
You're
nearly
up
maximum.
to 5. Yes, exactly. Okay, good. Excellent. So he grunts and says,
It's like just check with whoever's in charge that if you need fusion cores, I'm the guy.
Yeah. Tommy, open the fence. And then you hear like the grating of the wire fence kind of open just enough to let your party through. And then as you get through, it immediately closes after you. When you enter, Chester, it's hard for me to... okay, so you see that you enter, it's a main road that continues to the north, right? You're coming actually from... Hold on. You're coming... Actually, no. The main road is continuing to the south, I believe. You are coming from the north and heading south currently, okay? The main road that you entered is on the westmost side of this rectangular perimeter. Make sense so far? When you
Okay.
look in, there are some buildings. It looks like 5 buildings immediately on the main road on the left side of it as you walk south. And there's another road that kind of branches off to the left, and there are 2 other buildings there. You have no idea what these buildings are yet, but basically the guard says, "Hey, you, go to Cassandra Tate's. She's in the 3rd house that you see over there," and he motions to the 3rd house on Main Street that you're walking on right now.
We'll head
Alright.
over there.
Cassandra
Okay.
Tate, got it.
That was the name. I
That
do
was the
remember
name.
Cassandra,
Yeah. I remember something Tate.
Okay. So you walk up to Cassandra Tate's house. As you can easily see, it's definitely been salvaged. It's old, it's rusted. Like you can see different pieces of metal being slapped onto the house to keep it upright and make sure the rain doesn't come in, right? It's old. It's been repaired, and it's definitely not, in pristine condition. In fact, none of the houses that you pass by are in pristine condition. The first house you pass by, there's a lot of noise and a lot of talking, laughing inside. The second house you pass by is actually quiet, dark, actually, since it's nighttime when you arrive here. And the third house, there is 1 light currently on in the house. It is flickering, but there is 1 light on, which means that someone's probably still awake.
And that is the house we're supposed to go, right?
Yeah, that's the house that you go to, basically.
Okay.
When you
Definitely prefer
knock,
the first one. But
you're gonna knock, I guess.
if there's a closed door to knock on, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so after you knock, you hear basically like heavy footsteps coming down a staircase, and then basically the door kind of slams right open, and you see like a full bodied figure of a woman, basically red hair, just red like fire, green eyes, piercing green eyes, and she says basically, "What do you want? Why are you here? Why are you waking me up in the middle of the night?
I'm assuming you're Cassandra Tate.
I am. And who are you?
I'm Maverick. This is digital intelligence cybernetic kit. Don't
Well
think
done.
about don't think about the acronym.
Dick, she says, after thinking about
If you
it.
insist, if you insist. But we are
She
here to
smirks
deliver
at that,
fusion
actually.
cores.
She will smirk at that and say, nice. And then her ears perk up when you say fusion cores. You're the traitor. Why didn't you just say so? Okay, so
Trader,
God, we've
not
been waiting for
traitor.
these. How many do you have?
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
That's with a D, not a T. A trader, not a
Trader.
traitor.
Yeah.
That was well done. Yeah.
She
All
says,
right.
how many do you have? Let's see them.
I was only told to give you 2, and I only have 2.
And then she
I'll
looks a
show
little
you
bit...
mine if you show me yours.
Shut up. She laughs with you, but anyway. So she looked a little crestfallen, but Mr. Gutsy picked her back up again, I suppose. She takes the fusion cores and she says, well, we'll have to make do. Those auto turrets run on these fusion cores. The lights, the energy, everything runs on these fusion cores. Like, we needed a couple more to last, but we're going to have to find more, I guess. All right, well, here. And she pays you the full amount. Like, you were owed 50 caps, and she will give them to you.
You're doing business, but if you really need the fusion cores, I will keep that in mind. Maybe
Yeah,
I can bring some back.
She motions you to come into the house. If you want to do business, then I think we can. If you're willing to do business, yeah, we can draft something up if you want. And she motions you into the house.
Yeah, okay. That'll be great.
She looks a little bit startled, actually, when she sees a limping woman in a vault suit walk through the door.
So I was about to say, like, this is Elizabeth. That's what she's saying her name was. We found her on the way, and she's not looking great, as you can see. So we were actually just kind of hoping we have a place to put her up in.
And then she says, after we're finished here, you can actually go to Tanner's Kitchen, Saloon, and Inn. It's the first house that you must have walked by when you came here. You can, rent beds there. We also have a doctor, but I don't think he's up right now, so you might have to go in the morning.
It'll be great. And I turn to Dick and I say, do you want to be a gentleman and escort the lady?
I can do that. Absolutely. Follow me, Elizabeth.
And then I just take a small bag and pour caps into the small bag, and I just hang it on Mr. Dick and say, here's 50 caps.
He doesn't have a pincer.
No, I can't hold it, but you can hang it on one of my arms.
No, I mean, he can't. Okay, but he can't go into the bag.
No, I can't pick anything up. I don't have a pincer. I'm just I got my big dick saw and
I'll tie it on one of his arms or something like that. Yeah.
All right.
Attach it to my bolt ear or something and just hang it off.
Yeah, I'll say 50 caps. There's 50 caps. If the guy needs a deposit, just put 50 caps in. If it costs more than 50 caps, but if it crosses more than 10, I'll be very cross.
Sounds good. Come on, let's go.
Okay, so Dick and
yes,
Mr. Dick and no, I can't even say that. Mr. Gutsy and Elizabeth leave, basically leaving the two of you in the room. And she says, okay, so actually there's actually a lot of... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to make sure I understood this right. So Elizabeth is coming with the Dick?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. Go ahead.
Jesus. Are you sure you don't want a different appendage? I'm sure that you can find something that vibrates.
Well, the buzzsaw vibrates, but it might cause more damage.
No, something softer and hard at the same time. Anyway.
I'll look into it.
Yeah. Okay. So she says, okay, so there's actually a lot of work you can do around the town. It would help me out if you helped out. Like some of the people here, they got all their problems and they're coming to me to solve them. But I need fusion cores. That's the biggest concern I've got right now. We've got bandits to the, let me read the map again. Hold on. We got bandits to the south of us, raiders. They're setting up shop in the old Super Duper Mart. So basically our supplies have not been coming from Diamond City. And that's why we've required supplies from, you know, all the towns up north. Hence your supply run for us. It's unfortunate that you can only get 2 fusion cores. We know of, well, 2 ways you could possibly help us. There are ghouls at Greenwood Industries that actually can create fusion cores. We were actually trading with them until a month ago.
The ghouls?
And then, yeah, you're not
Okay.
here. Go away.
No, that was just like, I might want to make sure I heard that correctly.
Yeah, ghouls, basically, right?
Okay.
They set up shop at Greenwood Industries. They have a factory down there, and they can actually produce fusion cores, which can keep us in business. We were trading with them, but we lost contact with them a month ago. If you're interested, you can go there, see what the hell happened, make sure that my fusion cores get back to us, basically, if you can, right? If you're interested. Or
What's the other option?
the other option is getting rid of those bandits. And we do have, like, we have a militia here. We're actually we're like the first line of defense against the bandits, and we've been thinking of ways to attack them, maybe get rid of them. But anyway, we have a Minuteman here who's stationed here. His name is Charles Park. You can go and talk to him in the morning and see if you can help us out there if you'd like. Let's see, what else can you do? Hold on.
So let me get this straight.
Yeah, that's
You need
it.
fusion cores to deal with bandits.
Mhm.
But if you get rid of your bandit problem, then you wouldn't need the fusion cores.
But there's other stuff out there besides bandits, right? Also, the fusion cores are for like everything that runs off electricity.
Would the
here.
bandits have any fusion cores if we knock on their doors?
Possibly, if they've actually like stopped and salvaged from, you know, some of the caravans that were supposed to come from Diamond City up here and give us supplies, then they could have some.
Okay. So, just looking at her map, distance-wise,
Yeah.
where is Greenwood Industries closer, or the bandits' hideout closer?
Oh, the bandits' hideout is much closer. The bandits' hideout is actually about a day from here.
All right.
It's not very well hidden.
A day to the south. Yeah,
Okay.
we know where it
And-
is. They're holed up in the Super Duper Mart, basically. So
All right. So I'm assuming if you haven't already dealt with it with your militia, they are probably in the numbers that you can't attack, but you can defend from.
we can defend, partly because, you know, we have like patrols. The Minutemen have been helping us defend this town and basically a border that we've created. Let's call it a skirmish, basically. A border of skirmish that we've defended. Sometimes raiders get through, but we try to stop as many as we can to stop them from, you know, bothering any settlements to the north of us. But that's why in exchange they give us supplies. But as you can see, if our fusion cores go down and we run out, then everything's fair game past this point.
All right. Well, I have some supplies of my own besides fusion cores that you could probably use to equip your men if you need them. Which brings me to my next question: where's your local place for trading?
We actually have a couple of places where you can trade. And she points down south, actually. You must have seen 5 houses as you were walking down here. The next house is ruined. There's nothing there. But the last house in this row, that's Jeremiah's weapons depot. You can go there to trade weapons if you want. The first house, again, they've got a kitchen there. You want food, trade food, supplies, that kind of thing. Or, sorry, food and beverages go there. The second house that you saw was Miller's Trade, which trades in everything else that you might need, basically, right? Junk.
Let's go see if they have fusion cores.
They don't. You're not here, man. I keep talking to you. You're not in the freaking scene. Anyway.
Maverick can hear Dick's voice in his head. And he'll be like, obviously. What were the other 2 buildings off the road then? What are those?
She actually points out the whole entire map. She shows you, basically. She points out to, like, I guess she can take you outside and point out, like, all the buildings. That there, the first building that on the road that veered off to the left, that used to be a library, but now it's turned into the militia base with the Minuteman Charles Park in charge. The next building next to it is what used to be a museum and art gallery is now Dr. Stevenson's. That's where you'll find your doctor. And then actually right across from where you are right now, there's a church in the middle of a huge field. Okay? It's dark right now, but you can actually see that the huge field was converted into like a farmland, basically. So they actually have their farmland inside. They have mut fruit, corn, melons, razor grain, basically all types and varieties of food that's still grown in the in the Commonwealth. And actually further down, as the winding road continues after the art gallery or Dr. Stevenson's, there used to be an old parking lot, but what you can see is old stalls, and further past that there's houses, basically residential houses that you'll probably never have to go to.
Right. Okay. Let's talk about Greenwood Industries. So you say you were trading with them and you lost contact. Because lost contact isn't they stopped coming?
They stopped coming. They stopped
and no
coming.
No one has been there since. Is there a reason for that?
Don't have the men to spare. I mean, I did actually send people to see what's going on. And unfortunately, they never came back. And I'm not sending more.
Right. So we're expecting some kind of wildlife around that area?
I'm just not sure. Unfortunately for us, Greenwood Industries is actually pretty far away. It's going to be about 4 days walk, 4 days travel to get there. She marks it on your map. It's basically, you remember the town of Mason where you came from? Right? It's further north than that. 1 day further north and 2 days to the east.
Wow. That's like a big roundabout then. That makes it sounds like it's not worth the trip, even though we can get the fusion cores, and even if we get the fusion cores.
We're gonna have to have if this bandit problem continues, we're gonna have to have, and even if it doesn't continue, to protect ourselves from what else God knows is out there, we're gonna have to have a constant supply of fusion cores. Those fusion cores are not only important to the town of Chester, but basically every town north. Mason, the town of Berg, everything, basically.
Say we have supplies or materials to build our own fusion cores, would you have the proper facilities for that?
No.
And I'm assuming you're going to say that the closest facilities for that would be Greenwood Industries.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, great. Okay. So you don't have the expertise, and even if you did, you don't have the infrastructure.
We don't have the infrastructure or the equipment.
Okay.
We're just a small town. Take a look. We don't have that kind of industrial grade equipment to build fusion cores around here.
Okay. Okay, I'll see what I can do. I'll need to think about what our next action will be, either to deal with the bandits or we'll go and find your fusion cores.
Well, while you're still here, you might want to ask about, she kind of looks quizzically and says, you didn't ask about the reward yet, but okay.
Well,
You
I mean,
help
if
take down the
you can make an
bandits.
offer and we can talk about that. That's
Okay.
what you want.
Well, she was offering you help take down the bandit camp and work with Chester Park, the Minuteman, to do this, and you solve this problem. She's offering 500 caps. You go and you get the Greenwood Industries back running. She's offering you double that, so 1,000 caps.
And we sell you the fusion cores at price.
No, you get them running, and well, that depends on the situation. We want to get them running, and we want the trade to continue. Yes, we will continue buying fusion cores, but probably not from you. Probably from, if there's still ghouls there, probably from the ghouls who are still running the place. Yes.
Well, I'm gonna be there. If I can pick up a few fusion cores and come
Well,
back.
I mean, yeah,
one
if
piece.
you have fusion cores on you, we'll definitely work on negotiating a price for them.
Okay.
Okay.
It sounds like a better deal.
There's also a bounty. Every raider head, actually no, heads are too big. So every 2 raider ears, 2 of them, not just one, both raider ears, you bring back, I will give you 10 caps for each one.
Oh, okay. And suddenly Maverick's ears can hear buzzing. Can hear like a real buzz saw. Yeah. Like, okay, so no feel with that. We have the perfect ear remover.
Yeah, yeah. Isn't
Okay.
it a dick slapper? No, wait, sorry, what?
Okay.
So, are you gonna leave, or are you gonna continue talking to her?
Yeah, I think I'll leave for now. I mean, I need to think about all her offers, and we need to think about what we're gonna do next.
Okay.
Which definitely we need consultation with Mr. Dick here. Then maybe Elizabeth. And maybe someone else in the tanner, in the saloon.
Okay. So I'm going to move to the saloon, right, at this time. Everybody looks up when Mr. Gutsy and
Mr. Gutsy and a woman walk in the bar.
A woman in a vault suit walk into the bar. Basically, everybody, just conversation kind of dies down. They all take a look at who walked in, and then they're gaping at, because you don't really see it. It sounds like a joke, actually, right? So you've got Dave. You got everybody's eyes on you currently.
Hello, all. Looking for a room for the missus.
Okay. And then they take another minute, and then they go back to what they're doing, basically. And then there is a woman behind the bar, and she motions you forward, like she motions you forward. Come. So you want one room? Is that right?
Yes, that is correct. We need to, Miss Elizabeth here, we need to get her some rest and to see the doctor tomorrow. So we need her to have a comfortable room to sleep in.
That'll be 20 caps.
20 caps. Okay. And I'll just kind of like turn, having no concept of money. I'm just going to turn to Elizabeth and be like, Ed, take it out of the bag.
Okay. So she reaches her arm into the bag, and she slowly counts out 20 caps and then gives it to the woman. The woman sweeps it underneath the bar and then hands you a key. Well, not hands you, hands Elizabeth a key. It's room 3 up by the stairs. Go up the stairs. It's your 3rd room on the right.
Do you need anything else from me, Elizabeth?
You have been traveling quite a ways. She is currently like not starved, but she's hungry at this point.
Take some more caps, get something to eat.
Okay, so she says, "Thank you, Mr. Gutsy," or sorry, Mr. Dick, and she reaches into your pouch and pulls out
Oh yeah.
No. God damn it. Pulls out 10 caps, and she sits at the bar and says, what can I have for 10 caps?
She just busted caps out of my ass.
Great. That's excellent. Thank you for that. Okay, so while she's eating, actually, and because it's almost 2 hours, while she's eating, you notice that someone has like stood up and is getting closer to you and examining you. Like
Me,
and
not her.
you.
Correct, right?
Specifically, yes.
Yep. Can I help you with something?
You're a very fine piece of equipment. Where did you come from?
Manufacturing plant X4D Xeon 7.
And then
I'm just fucking with you. I don't know.
Very high level of AI, and seems to have not degraded over the years. Surprised that, and you hear him actually say, mutter to himself, I'm surprised that the Brotherhood hasn't picked you up yet.
I'd like to see them try.
And then he almost like, oh, I actually said that audibly. That's not good. He basically says, actually, we'll end it there because that's where William can come in and tell you his name, basically.
Perfect. Hey,
Okay.
nicely done.
Excellent. All right.
Tune in next week to see how Mr. Dick deals with the Minuteman.
Yeah, excellent. Oh, crap. Okay.
Who will last longer in that fight?
Well, if you've been watching the playthrough, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We will see you later. Bye-bye.